Hi guys, today I wanted to talk to those of you who got into medical school after so many years of planning, applying, jumping through all the hoops and finally making it to the medical school. Today I wanted to talk to you. I wanted to speak about how to survive medical school. You probably already noticed that it is quite overwhelming and it is not an easy ride. So watch till the end to see what is the most important investment you need to make. Okay, so probably the first thing I would prioritize is learn as much as you can, as much as possible about sleep hygiene and develop a sleep routine. Prioritize your sleep because it will be compromised and challenged many times through your training, not only in medical school, but also in residency and your career as well. Getting and setting up those healthy habits of sleep and getting enough hours of that sleep. I know sometimes it's not in your control, but learning to cope with shift work, learning to cope with hectic schedule will go a long way. So try to make that priority early on in your career and your training. If you're interested, I will have a Skillshare course on sleep that you can check out with a free trial. Hopefully by the time this video is published, it's already up on a Skillshare. Just check the description below. Number 2, learn about mindfulness and meditation as earlier as possible in your training. Maybe you already heard about mindfulness, maybe you are already an experienced meditator. There are a lot of myths about mindfulness, but probably once you hit your neurology block or your psychiatry block, you will hear about it a lot. I personally found that I was so lucky that in my medical school, our neurologist during the neurology block got us all into mindfulness, and then practicing what I learned during clerkship, during those free mindfulness classes, really helped me during my clerkship years when I was sometimes feeling quite low and very insecure and had very little sleep. Some of the rotations were a little bit intimidating for me, and having the skills to practice the loving kindness, meditation or self-compassion practices really helped me to get through those. And you know, you'll have up and downs in medical training. Some blocks will feel great, some you will feel like you're falling apart or you're failing it, and that's okay. A lot of people go through that. The principles that they teach you in mindfulness of non-judgmentalism or feeling non-attachment to things and labels, I think generally really helps you not only survive in the demanding field of medicine, but also be a better human, be a better doctor, be more attentive, attend to your patients, be a good listener, and be fully present with your each patient encounters. So there are multiple ways in which learning about mindfulness and practicing meditation will help you throughout your medical training and career. Number 3, build in exercise routine into your busy schedule. I know this might sound like a very trivial thing to say and could be maybe the easiest thing for you to add on, or you're already an accomplished athlete, as a lot of successful medical school candidates are. But if you find that exercise is something that is slipping from your schedule because you got so busy now and stressed, try to revisit your sort of schedule and how you structure your days or your weeks, and see if there is any room for potential sprinkling of even walking or going to gym or attending some fun group classes or dance classes. For me, I was never an athlete, nothing professional, but joining a dance studio really helped me get through med school, because having intense physical exercise training helps you discharge your stress. So there are multiple benefits to it, is not only from stress perspective, but also from the point of helping you build that sleep pressure to get you better quality sleep. You probably already learned about cardiovascular benefits of exercise. I don't need to really sell it to you that hard. Just a reminder, don't forget the exercise. It's so easy to let go of your usual habits or things that keep you well. Don't give them up. Number 4, the most important investment, in my personal opinion, is investing into your relationships. Your relationships are your support systems. So you will have friends through medicine, you will have friends in medical school, maybe, hopefully, perhaps. I didn't have many friends in medical school, but I invested a lot of my time into building relationships outside of medical school in the dance studios I was going to. And that gave me this diversity of experience, because when you're just in medicine, you kind of live in a bubble surrounded by people who are quite A-type personality, often stressed, often tired, but also very competitive, and this could put a lot of pressure. If you're seeing other people studying, stressing out about the upcoming exam, you might get stressed as well. So having friends or connections outside of medical school could be very helpful. And this may seem like a very trivial thing or a very easy thing, especially if you're going to medical school in your own home city. But if you had to move to a new place and you don't know anybody there, I do encourage you to get yourself out there and try and meet other people as well. I did find that the friends that I made during medical school in Ottawa, outside of my medical school, were my biggest support systems, and they supported me through medical school so much. I will be forever grateful. And those were the very fun times that I had that had nothing related to medicine. It probably goes without saying of trying to keep up with your romantic relationships, if you have any, and your family relationships, trying to make it to family events, but that's probably something you already know about. Another little point to add to that is, if you can, try to get a mentor or a coach. So in my medical school, we actually had a mentorship system built in, and that was a huge advantage because we could get mentored by a physician and by senior medical students and residents. If you have that opportunity, I would highly encourage you to take advantage of it. Final point, seek help and support if you feel overwhelmed or drowning or falling apart. Medicine and medical school could be quite demanding. It is also very isolating. It will test your resilience. It will test your ability to withstand stress, intimidation, high pressure. This is probably not like anything you have done before, so it is a new experience, and it could be very hard. Give yourself some grace and kindness, and treat yourself as a good friend. If you find that you're suffering and you're struggling, don't do it in silence. You're not a hero if you suck it up. Every faculty has some way or form of medical student support. Oftentimes you will have a student insurance that allows for some coverage for psychotherapy or counseling. Take advantage of it. It is very important that you maintain your own wellness and well-being. You can't give others something that you don't have. You can't potentially become a source of support for other human beings in this world if you are unwell, if you are suffering. You know, they say the heart pumps the blood to itself first, right? You can't pour from empty vessels. So get into habit to look after yourself. Get into the mindset of practicing what you preach, what you will be teaching your patients to do, things like exercise, proper sleep, healthy nutrition, mental health hygiene through mindfulness, maybe therapy or counseling, or other modalities, whatever it is for somebody. You need to apply those things to yourself. As a future physician, you will not be immune to illness, stress, and poor life habits. Practice self-care early on, because you will definitely be stretched very thin at various points of your training. Don't neglect your emotional health. Your mental and physical well-being matters. All right, guys, I hope you find this video helpful with a little bit of advice from somebody who finished medical training, not super many decades ago. So I still remember very vividly all of my struggles during medical school and residency and early practice years. And I hope I will be able to post maybe 1 or 2 videos about medicine or medical school residency, early years of practice, about once a month or so. And I hope this will help those that are coming after me or just a few years behind me in their journeys. I would really love to hear your tips on managing the load of medical school or maybe even residency or practice if you are a practicing physician or anywhere in your spectrum of training. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any questions or if you like any clarifications on anything I mentioned above. Of course, this is not a complete list of things. These are just my personal 5 top things that I wish somebody told me to do. And again, if you found this video helpful, if you like the vibe of these videos, please like and subscribe. This will mean a world to me. Thank you so much for watching and see you soon.